Hello guys, and welcome to the second part of the tutorial. My name is Destiny and I'm very happy to see you guys here. So in this one, we're going to go ahead and start working out with the models and configuring our database, making it look good and structured. So what you want to do is head over to the Netflix app and we're going to open up models.py. So in here in the models.py, this is where we're going to work with some of the functionalities. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to import what is called abstract user. So to import abstract user, it's not difficult. All you need to do is say from django.contrib.auth.models import abstract user. So from, let me head up a bit there. So from django.contrib.auth.models, we want to import abstract, not abstract base user, but rather abstract user. So with abstract user, I think we want to import UUID again. Yeah, that should be it. Now firstly, we're going to define a custom user. Yeah, we're going to define a custom user and we're going to set this custom user to the abstract user that we imported. So this is going to help us custom let's say like make a user our own way. So after we define the class custom user, this is going to be in our database. Now what you want to do is come over to define the variable profiles. Then we're going to name this models. So models.many to many field. Then we're going to pass in profiles. So it's going to be like a global import, something like that, or secular import. So we're going to pass in profile, and we're also going to pass in blank is equal to true, because someone can have a blank profile and null is equal to true, or let's just leave blank is equal to true. So what this is going to do is, you remember that when someone creates an account, then he can create profiles for either their mom or their dad or their kid. So this is what happens there. So Destiny created an account. Now he can create an account for his little baby. Now that's why we have many to many field, meaning that a profile, like a user, can have many profiles. Hopefully you understand. So the next thing we want to do now is define a class, and we're going to call it profile. So this is like the actual profile, and this is going to inherit from models.model. So models.model. Now the next thing we're going to pass in is name. So this person needs a name, and it's going to be models.char field, and it needs a max length. MXL should be, let's say, 1000. The person's name should be like 1000, not too long. And we also need an age limit. So we need an age limit, and for the age limit, it's gonna be a choice field. So we need to firstly define it at the top here. So we're gonna say age underscore limit should be equal to a tuple, and this tuple should be equal to this should be all, and here we should have all, and next we need kids, and over here we need kids. So just like that, all kids. Okay, so, or let's just say, let's make this capital letter and let's make this capital K. Okay, so with this, now we need to say in age limit, we're going to say models.char field, and we're going to pass in choices should be equal to age limit, then max length should be equal to 10, and yeah, I think we should just leave it there. Let's make it a compulsory field for them to choose choices. And okay, so what this UID over here is going to help us do is simply keep track of each of the individual's profile. So that's what this UID is going to do. It's like gonna automatically give each user a unique ID that's gonna differentiate their own profile. So that's what it does. Now the next thing we want to do is go ahead and let's see, we can now make a model for the movie. Yeah, I think that's all for profile. So let's say class, and we should name this movie. Okay, so in here it's gonna have models.model, just like that. And now the next thing it's gonna take is a title. Now the title is gonna be models.char field, and this char field is gonna have a max length. Is that the right spelling of length? Max length of let's say 1000, and that should be all. Then it should also have a description. So you should have a description, description should be equal to models dot, let me get rid of this, models dot text field, and it should have nothing in it. Now the next thing we need is created, so we can keep track of when the movie was created. So we're gonna have models dot date time. Yeah, let's use datetime field. So we want to automatically do it, like we want Django to automatically fill in the date that the movie was created. We don't want to do it ourselves, so we're gonna say auto now add should be equal to true, just like that. Auto now add equal to true. And okay, for the description, it can be blank. Yeah, it can be blank, so a movie might not have a description and it might be null. So let's put blank true and null true. So with this now, let's say we also need the UUID, so I'm just gonna copy this. So we want to make each movie to be unique, so we copy that and paste it. And let's say we need the type. Now what this type is gonna do is it's gonna automatically check if a movie is a seasonal movie or if it's just like a one movie, like a single movie. So that's what the type is gonna do. Now type is gonna be something like this, like age limit. So I could just copy that and paste it in here. Then I'm gonna change this to type and change this to let's just say movie choices, movie underscore choices. And you know, we haven't created this already, so what we need to do is come over to the top here and we're gonna create the tuple. Come over there and the name is gonna be movie choices. The name is gonna be movie choices, just like that. And it would either be seasonal, and this one should be seasonal, or it should be single. Okay, so you might be asking, why is this one in little letters like lowercase, and why is this one in uppercase? So this one is the one that we're going to be using to code. Let's say we want to filter by seasonal movies. We can't filter with this. This is what's going to show up on our front end. Like, okay, let's say this is seasonal, then let's say we can put something like this is a seasonal movie, something like this here. So this is what's going to show up at the front end, but our back end recognizes the seasonal movie with just this one word, seasonal. Hopefully you understand. So you can put any text you want in here. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So with this now, we have single and we already have another single, so we just pass it into the type. Okay, so the next thing we could do is add a video to it. So with video, I think this should be a many to many field. Models does many to many field, and that's because a movie might be seasonal, meaning that it has more than one video in it. So that's why we use many to many field. There's going to be many videos in a single movie. So with this now, I think we should just pass in video like this. We are still going to create a video below, so that's why we pass it in like this and not something like this. Hopefully you understand. That's because we're still going to create it below. So we pass in, wait, I think I have more parentheses, video, just like that. Okay, and we also need like an image. And this image should be models.image field, and we're gonna upload this to, let's say, covers, something like that. Or you can even name this cover, but it's just like a thumbnail, like the movie thumbnail. So finally, let's say we also need an age limit to know if a particular person is permitted to watch this particular movie. So we're gonna add age limit over there. Or is it age limit or age choices? Okay, it's age limit. Let me just say I want to change this to age choices. Rather, age choices is better. I'm gonna add up 8 choices over here and also add 8 choices over here. So I think that should be it. Now we can go ahead and let's just return the name of the movie. So we're gonna define under str, define underscore str underscore, then we're gonna pass in self in there. So if you don't know what this does, firstly let me just return it. So I'm gonna return a self.title. So if you don't know what this does, this is simply gonna return the name of the title in our database. So don't worry, I'm still going to show you this when we run migration. I'm going to show you exactly what this does. And the same thing, we also want to do it for the profile, but rather we're going to call self.name because it's a name. You can either call self.age limits. Maybe you want to show the age limits, you don't want to show the name, then but here we want to show the name. I know if you're a beginner you might not understand this, but I'm still going to show you. So I think that's all we want to do for the movie. If there is any other thing, we are still going to add it. So finally, we should create a class for a video, and it's going to be models.model as usual. And what we just need is a title. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it there. And we also need file. So file is going to be models.file field, and we should upload to, let's say we're going to upload to movie. Yes, let's just upload to movies. It's okay. So we have title, we have this, we have this. Now I'm just going to return the title over here so everything looks clean. Okay, so with this now, I think that's pretty much what we want to do. The next thing we're going to do is just go over to our views and write a very simple view for it. But before we write a view for it, I want to go ahead and migrate and show you guys some things that we've got. So back to our command prompt or git cmd, I'm just going to break out from this and I'm going to run server again. Let's see what's happening. Okay, we give this a couple sec. I think it should throw an error. I actually saw some the other time. Okay, why is it taking time? Okay, so it's through an error, and as you can see, we have an error over here. It's supposed to be date time field, but we say it date TME field. So back to created, it's gonna be date time field, just like that. So let's reload this, break out of there. And we're gonna run server again. Let's see what's gonna happen this time around. Hopefully we don't get any error again, but if we do, we're gonna go up. I think git cmd is a bit slower. Let's try using let's use command prompt. So I'm just gonna cd into desktop, and I'm gonna head over to desktop, open up our net clone, open up this, and I'm gonna drag this and put it here. But that's not gonna work. Firstly, I want to cd before I drag and put and hit enter, then it's gonna work just perfectly well. Then I'm gonna say python manage.py run server. Okay, let's see if the other one actually, okay, I think I closed it off already. So I actually knew that we were going to get this error, and purposely I don't want to fix it. I want us to get this error, so I'll show you what to do. So right now it's showing an error because we are using this class costume user over here, and we haven't defined like a related name that's gonna like help get rid of this error over here. So what we want to do is quite easy. We just need to head back to our settings.py. So we're gonna locate our we should locate the projects. I think it should be this one. Then we want to locate the settings.py, and let's say just somewhere here, let's just say somewhere here, we want to define an auth user model. So we're going to say auth user model should be equal to the name of our app, which is Netflix. That should be in a string, which is Netflix app. Then there should be dot custom user. I think that's what we named it, custom user. So let me make sure that that's what we named it. Come over here, copy this, come over to settings.py, paste this. So don't forget to do this. If you do, you're gonna have an error. So let's try reloading this and see if we get any more errors, and hopefully we do not get any error again. Okay, so what is the problem? Yeah, it's actually working fine, but we do not have any migration. So actually let's go ahead and make migrations. So what I'm gonna do is just break out of this, and I'm gonna say python manage.py make migrations, and after this you're gonna migrate. So we all know that it's a normal convention in Django that when you do something with the views, it's required that you make migration and also migrate. Sorry, I say the views, not the views. When you make changes to the model, it's recommended that you migrate and also make a migration. Hopefully you understand. Firstly, you make a migration. Secondly, you migrate. So let's give this a couple sec. Then we're gonna create a super user and check how our admin is looking. But before this finish loading up, let's head back to our code and head back to admin. So we want to import all the stuffs that we created over here: the custom user, the profile, the movie, and the video. So we're gonna come over to admin. I'm gonna say from, okay, let's not do this first. Let me show you how we're gonna do that. So if you're a beginner, then you might not know what the admin does, but if you are just watching this video for a purpose of learning something new, you are not a beginner, then hopefully you understand what it does. But I'm just gonna not do it now, so I'll show the beginners here what it does. I don't know why this is taking a whole lot of time. Let's see. So if you're not a beginner, I'd recommend you just skip ahead, just keep skipping ahead till you get to the parts that you want. So we're gonna create a super user. So what does a super user do? A super user is like the main user of our application, like the admin. Hopefully you understand. The super user is just the user that can access the admin page and delete other users, assign roles, and do a whole lot of things. So that's what the super user is. Okay, so I'm gonna add my password, and I don't think the password is correct. Oh yes, it is. So after this, we should go ahead and run server. So let me get rid of this, clean out the terminal, and I'm gonna run server again. Okay, as you can see, the server is running now. So what we need to do is head over to our browser. We should open up the admin. So just come over to port 8000/admin. Now we're gonna log in with what we created, Destiny, and the password testing321. So what we just need to do is hit login, and as you can see, we logged in. But how about the models that we created? We can't find them, like the movie model, the profile, the video. We can't find any of them. So that's when we have to import it and register it in the admin. So we're gonna say from Netflix app.models, we want to import movie, we want to import video, we want to import profile, and we want to import custom user. Yeah, that should be it. So over here now, we need to refresh again. Let's see what we have. I hope there wasn't a typo there. Okay, it's refreshing. Wait, let's see. Okay, it's correct. So we need to wait for this to reload. Okay, so if you look closely, you'd say it says cannot import name custom user from this. That's because we have an error. This is supposed to be a lowercase s. So now let's try that again. Okay, break this off, clean out the terminal, and we need to run server again. Let's see how everything goes this time around. Okay, the server is running successfully. Now let's get back to our site. Let's refresh this. So what do you notice? Nothing still shows up. So over here, we just imported all this, but nothing showed up, and that's because we haven't registered it. So what we need to do is come over here and say admin.site.register. Then we're gonna pass in all this one after the other. So firstly, we need movie, and paste that. So we need movie, we need video, we need profile, and we also need a custom user down there. So over here now, let's refresh this one more time, and let's see what's wrong with the terminal. It says this is already registered. No, break off from there, run the terminal again. Let's see. Hope everything is looking cool here. Okay, so we should just wait for the server to run up again, then we're gonna refresh our site and see what we've got. Okay, so right now it's running. Now when we refresh this, what do you notice? We now have movies, profiles, users, and videos. So this is exactly what we wanted. Now what we can do is just come over to movies, and we can add a movie over here. So when we click on add movie, what do you notice? It automatically gives it a UUID to like specify the exact movie that we want. So over here we could add a movie. Let's say we want to add Popeye. I don't know if that's the right pronunciation of that. Then we need to add a description. Maybe I'm just gonna copy this and populate it in there. And for the type, it should be a single movie. Then for the video, let's add a video. So we're gonna come over here and call this video pay, and we're gonna choose file. So let's say I want to choose this and save. So I think it takes a second or two to upload. So you see the video is uploaded. Now we need to choose a cover photo for our, I'm just going to choose anything, and age limit should be all. That means everybody can watch this video. So when we save now, what do you notice? Pay over here. So why is it calling the name of the movie here? That's because in our models.py, in the movies class, I define this. So had it been I said it should call self.created. Now what's gonna happen? Just pause the video and say what's gonna happen. So you got it. It's I'm gonna call the dates that it was created. So let's see what's going on. Still reloading. Okay, so you see I added dates.self.created, and now it's calling the dates that it was created instead of the name. So that's what all this does. So if you wanted to call the description, you just pass in description here. Then when you come over to movies, take note, this is the part that lists out all the movies that we have. For example, you can say it says one movie. So when we have another movie, it says two movies. Okay, let me try adding another movie. Let's say Luca, and I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna populate it in there. They should be seasonal. I'm gonna add the movie. Then I want to add another. Okay, let's just say I want to add this. I'm gonna add all. So when we save this now, it's giving a type error. Let's say type dates the time. Okay. Let's just get rid of this and let's now name it title. But I don't actually think that's where the error is coming from. Let's say. Okay, so let's save. Okay, so what do you notice? It says two movies. Hopefully you understand what's going on here. So this is the part that lists out all the movies that we have. Now if you wanted to call the name of the movie, you add in self.title. So self simply means that you want to come in here and you want to choose title. So self means that you want to come into this in the sub, like the sub things that we define over here, like the title, description. Then dot title means that you want to call the title. You can say dot description or dot created. Hopefully you understand. That's just what I want to show you. And for the profiles, we have no profile, so we could just add a profile. Let's say I want to add a profile, Destiny, and I'm gonna add this to all. Age limit is all, and I'm gonna save. So we have one profile. And for the users, I already have Destiny as a user. I can still go ahead and fill out all the informations that you've got, and this is the profile that's associated to him, and we can save this. And for the videos, we already have one video, hopefully you know. So that's it for the model. We've structured everything the way it's supposed to be, and everything looks nice now and working. But the thing is that when we head over to our home page, now we want to configure the authentication, which can allow users sign in, sign up, and all that. And we're going to do this using Django All Out. It makes it really amazing and easy and secured. So we're going to be doing this in the next video. So that's it for this video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, do not forget to drop a like and also consider subscribing. You can also drop a comment in the comment section below. If you have any issues or you have some contributions, I'm always there to answer or reply to your comments. So I'm going to see you guys in the next video where we're going to go ahead and start creating the authentication and all that. For now, my love, peace out.